Geez, I don't even know what this is all gonna look like. I lost my dad this week. He has always been my hero. He is a good man, not a perfect man by any means, but he always did the best he knew how. It's hard to grasp everything that's going on. It's very deep. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of logistics, a lot of business, a lot of other stuff going on. It's very hard being in his house right now. I wanted all these nice things. I wanted all these beautiful things. But I didn't want them like this. Not now. Not ever, really. I could have done without all this. But I know my dad wanted to provide for me, and my daughter, and my sister, and my wife the best that he could. And he worked towards that means his whole life. He was never perfect. He was never necessarily even a great guy. Sometimes a good guy. But boy, to the people that loved him and the people that knew him, he was a really amazing man. He had some amazing qualities and some phenomenal skills, which I can only hope to strive to succeed and to achieve in my lifetime. I feel like in the skills that I've picked up and that I've learned from him and expanded beyond what I've learned from him, I feel like he's proud of. I'm gonna miss you, Pop. I'm gonna miss my dad for the rest of my life. But I'll always love him. I'll always honor him. And I'll always do the best that I can to uphold his name. Like I said before, my dad wasn't perfect. He wasn't loved or liked by everybody. The same as me, there were a lot of people that disliked him, and that's okay. They have their reasons. They have their possibly justifiable reasons to why they don't like us, but that's okay, because in my life I learned from my dad that really mattered was to try and to do the best you could and never give up. He always used to tell me to keep my chin up. When life's got you down, it's kicking you in the pants and it wants to just drag you by the nuts, just suck it up. Life sucks. Life's a pain in the fucking dick. But you know what? It is what it is. And ultimately, we don't do the things that we do in our lives for ourselves. In the grand scheme of things, we do the things in our lives that we do for the ones that we love. And we do it to honor them and to make them proud of us and to cherish us. Because speaking for myself, that's something that I hope for. I hope that my friends will love me and cherish me and always remember me for the good things in spite of, the bad. It's been a really rough, month, but particularly last couple of weeks. I'm bummed, but I am settling in and okay with the fact that I didn't get to come out here a couple of weeks ago to see my dad for what, as it turns out, would have been the last time. And I know he was proud of that because I was doing what I had to do. And he knew that. And we talked about that. And he understood. And I think that's really boiling down to a point of one of the things that I learned from my dad through my lifetime was to just do the best you can and strive for more. Even if you don't think you can do it, you have to try. You need to keep your chin up. You need to roll with the punches. And sometimes it's it's really fucking tough. As some of you know who know me and are close to me, you know what I've been going through in the last month or so. It's not been easy. It's been a rough time. And this was really a kick to the gut. I did not expect this. This was not something that I wanted. This was not something that I expected. This is not something that I thought would happen for another 20 years. I had fully looked forward to my dad watching Evie here, watching his granddaughter grow up, become a young woman, and have her. I could talk to him and get his advice through, having her first love and having her heart broken and consoling her through that. And I'm not going to have that now. I'm going to miss having that guidance. I'm going to miss having my dad to talk to. But it'll be okay because he taught me to do the best that I can, the best that I know how. And always be stubborn and bullheaded and keep pressing through and pressing on and do what you can. And never give up. Just keep going. I'm quite likely with my daughter, the last in the Knight family line. And while I do find that kind of sad, I'm okay with it. I feel like our family line has accomplished a lot and done a lot in that short time it's been around in this civilization. But I want to honor it, and I know I will. I'm doing my best because that's all I know how to do. Is the best that I can. And just keep plugging away and keep my chin up. Boy, I really miss you, Pop. And this may be just as much for me as it is anybody else or anything else. Or be close to your family, people. Love the ones that are in your life and been in your life. There's not all families by blood. I've had the best night that I've had since I found out my father passed away tonight. Hanging out with my best friend in the world. And just hanging out. And he was just as much a son of my father as well as many other guys. Geez, I mean, I've had people from my past that I haven't had any sort of significant connection to other than playing Little League baseball with, riding a school bus with. Talk to me in the last week and say, hey, I really feel bad for your loss, and I'm sorry for this. And I remember your father. I remember him in Little League, and I remember him. I remember going to school with you and going to Little League, and your dad helping me while my parents were getting a divorce, and talking me through it and stuff like this. And these are things that as a kid and even now as an adult, I didn't even know about. I didn't even see. I didn't realize. But the impact that my dad had on, of course, not only my life, but the lives of others, my friends, my family, his friends, his family, people that we didn't even expect, people that I was never that close to, but remember them in these beautiful ways, and I feel honored that my father touched so many lives. And he was tough on me. He was. He was tougher than he was on a lot of other people, even my friends and even people that were close enough to be considered family. He was tough. He really was. But I know he only ever wanted the best for me, and he only ever did the best that he knew how, which, being a father now, I recognize is that's all you can do. Even if Joe Schmo says you're a great parent or you're the worst parent in the fucking planet, it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. What matters is that you're trying your hardest and you're doing what you need to do for the people that you care about and you love. And that's something that my father instilled for me from a very early age, very young age. And I think it's a good lesson for everybody. I think that it doesn't matter what you've done, what's happened to you, what you're going through. I think that what really matters in the grand scheme of things and in the end is, did you do the best that you could? The best that you knew how? Did you try? Or did you just sit back and let it flow by and do whatever it wanted to do all around you? You need to control your own destiny. You need to be a player in your own fate. And while fate obviously sometimes has a different plan for you, you need to do the best you can, because it's the effects on the people around you, your family, your friends, your enemies, everybody. It's that effect that ultimately in the end defines you. I'm gonna miss my dad for the rest of my life. And I'm gonna love him for even longer. Y'all have a good night. And I love you.